There's one truth every man must face. Being valued is not a one-time event, it's a lifelong discipline. You might have once been admired, respected, even loved, but over time, if you stop growing, people stop seeing your worth. The world doesn't remember what you were, it only respects what you remain. To remain valued is to remain consistent. It means mastering the art of being calm in chaos, wise in confusion, and disciplined in desire. It means not seeking validation from others, but living in a way that commands respect without asking for it. This video is not about chasing value, it's about becoming so grounded, so steady, that your value is felt in your silence. You will learn the 10 things that make a Stoic man permanently respected. Not because he demands it, but because he embodies it. Stay until the end, because this message could change how you carry yourself, how you love, and how the world treats you. And before we start, subscribe to this channel for more Stoic wisdom, emotional strength, and lessons that help men live with clarity, peace, and power. Let's begin. 1. Master your emotions. The first step to remaining valued is mastering your emotions. When you control how you respond, you control how the world treats you. The Stoics believed that power lies not in strength, but in composure. Anger, jealousy, and insecurity make a man unpredictable, and unpredictability destroys respect. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. If a woman insults you, if a friend betrays you, if the world misunderstands you, breathe. Stay still. Do not let chaos pull you out of your peace. A Stoic man remains valued because he never loses himself to emotion. He can love without attachment, correct without rage, and walk away without hatred. People respect him because he remains himself even in the storm. You don't need to suppress emotion. You only need to direct it. When you master your emotional state, you become a man of peace, and peace is power. 2. Keep building yourself. Nothing loses value faster than stagnation. A man who stops growing becomes invisible to those who once admired him. To remain valued, you must always evolve, mentally, physically, and spiritually. Every day is a chance to sharpen your discipline, refine your habits, and improve your craft. Seneca said, "As long as you live, keep learning how to live." Growth doesn't stop when you achieve success. It stops when you stop trying to improve. People respect consistency, but they admire transformation. Be the man who is always becoming, who never settles for comfort, who remains hungry even after the feast. When you keep improving, you command value without speaking. The Stoic doesn't boast about progress. He embodies it. His discipline speaks louder than words. Remember, comfort is the silent killer of greatness. Keep building yourself, and the world will never stop valuing you. 3. Guard your silence. Not everything deserves your reaction, and not everyone deserves your words. In a world where everyone speaks, the man who stays silent becomes powerful. Your silence communicates strength, patience, and depth. People will try to provoke you, test your calmness, and misunderstand your silence, but a wise man knows when to speak and when to listen. Epictetus taught that we have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. The man who guards his words guards his peace. When you speak, let it be intentional. Let your words carry weight because they come from thought, not reaction. When you practice restraint, you show control, and control is the foundation of respect. The Stoic man doesn't rush to explain himself. He knows that the truth needs no defense, and time always reveals character. Stay quiet when you are misunderstood. Your silence will echo louder than your anger. 4. Value time more than attention. Time is the currency of the wise. To remain valued, you must treat your time like treasure, because what you give your time to grows. The modern world is built to distract you. Endless scrolling, conversations that lead nowhere, people who drain instead of inspire. But a Stoic man is intentional with his time. He invests it, he doesn't waste it. Marcus Aurelius warned, you could leave life right now, let that determine what you do, say, and think. When you realize that time is limited, you stop giving it to meaningless pursuits. Don't chase attention, it fades. Don't beg for validation, it's temporary. Use your time to build habits, goals, and peace that will outlast both. The more you respect your time, the more people will respect you. Because a man who values his hours values his life, and a life lived with purpose is a life that remains valued. 5. Speak through actions, words fade. Actions remain. If you want to remain valued, let your behavior prove your worth, not your promises. A Stoic man doesn't talk about discipline, he lives it. He doesn't argue about respect, he commands it through consistency. Seneca said, well-being is attained by little and little, and nevertheless is no little thing itself. Each small act of integrity builds your reputation. Every time you show up on time, keep your word, or do what others avoid, your value compounds quietly. The people around you may not always say it, but they notice. They see your reliability, they feel your strength, and they learn to trust your silence more than another man's speech. To remain valued, act, don't announce. Move in purpose, not performance. The world may not always praise you, but it will always remember you. 6. Stay detached from praise and criticism. To remain valued, you must not be moved by either praise or criticism. The Stoics taught that both are chains, one made of gold, the other of iron. If you need praise to feel worthy, people will control you with compliments. If you fear criticism, people will control you with silence. A Stoic man stands unmoved by both. He learns from feedback but is not enslaved by it. Marcus Aurelius wrote, if you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. When someone praises you, stay humble. When someone insults you, stay calm. Both are just opinions. Neither defines your truth. Your worth should never depend on another person's perception. Remain steady in your character, and your actions will speak louder than their words. Detachment doesn't mean indifference, it means freedom. It means knowing that your peace is too sacred to be shaken by applause or rejection. And when you live that way, People can't help but respect your stillness. A man who cannot be emotionally swayed becomes a pillar others lean on. That is the essence of value. 7. Live by principles, not emotions. Emotions change daily, but principles are eternal. If you want to remain valued, anchor your life to what is right, not what feels good. The Stoic lives by virtues: integrity, courage, discipline, and justice. He doesn't shift his morals to please others. He stands firm, even when standing firm costs him approval. Epictetus said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." This is the mindset of a man who commands respect. When people know your values cannot be bought, they treat you differently. They may not always agree with you, but they will always respect your steadiness. Principles create direction. When emotions fade, principles remain. And the man who is guided by principles becomes a lighthouse, silent, steady, and necessary. To remain valued, live a life that cannot be corrupted by mood swings. Because emotions may win moments, but principles win lifetimes. 8. Embrace solitude. Most men fear being alone because they mistake solitude for loneliness. But a Stoic man knows, solitude is strength. It's the place where you rebuild your mind, refine your focus, and reconnect with your peace. In solitude, you discover who you are without distractions. You hear your own thoughts clearly. You become centered, and that centeredness makes you magnetic when you return to the world. Marcus Aurelius often wrote in solitude, reminding himself, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." People respect the man who is not desperate for company, because his energy feels full, not needy. He can enjoy others without depending on them. Spend time alone daily. Read, reflect, rebuild. Let silence become your sanctuary, not your prison. A man who is at peace in solitude becomes powerful in society. Because he doesn't chase presence, he is presence. And that's what keeps him valued long after the noise fades. 9. Be consistent even when unseen. Many people work hard when watched. Few keep working when no one is watching. But it's in those quiet, unseen hours that real value is built. Consistency is the true test of a man's strength. When you say you'll do something, and you do it, not for approval, but for principle, you build invisible respect. Seneca said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." The Stoic man uses his time wisely. He doesn't wait for motivation. He acts from discipline. You remain valued when your actions align with your words over time. People learn that you can be trusted, that you mean what you say, that your presence carries reliability. Consistency is quiet, but it echoes loudly in people's memories. The man who shows up, even when unseen, becomes unforgettable. Stay steady when others fade. Stay patient when others rush. Stay consistent when others quit. That's how value endures. 10. Protect your inner peace. Your greatest value is not your wealth, your looks, or your skills. It's your peace. Protect it as you would your life. Every time you argue over things that don't matter, you spend peace. Every time you hold grudges, you spend peace. Every time you compare yourself to others, you spend peace. A Stoic man guards his peace as sacred. He doesn't react to every provocation. He doesn't let people pull him into drama. He understands that energy is finite, and peace is priceless. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. So guard your thoughts. Feed them wisdom, not worry. Feed them gratitude, not envy." The man who protects his peace is unshakable. People value him because he radiates calm in a world full of chaos. His stillness becomes his signature. To remain valued, become the man who refuses to lose his peace for anything temporary. Because peace is the proof of mastery. Conclusion: this message is for the man who wants to be respected not just today, but for a lifetime. Remember, value isn't something you chase. It's something you maintain through character, consistency, and calm. The 10 lessons you've just learned are the foundation of Stoic manhood. Control your emotions. Keep growing. Guard your silence. Value your time. Let your actions speak. Detach from praise and criticism. Live by principles. Embrace solitude. Stay consistent. Protect your peace. This is how you remain valued. Not by trying to impress, but by becoming unshakable. And to everyone watching, our next video will take you even deeper. The Stoic way to handle disrespect and rejection. You don't want to miss it, so before you leave, subscribe to this channel right now. Join thousands of men walking the path of Stoic strength and emotional mastery. Because life will test you, and wisdom will prepare you. Stay calm. Stay disciplined. Be the man whose silence commands respect, whose actions define character, and whose peace can't be disturbed. That is the Stoic way.